Hey y'all, it's August the 26th, 2016.
And I spent 2 to 3 hours, multiple hours today, researching and listening to the testimonials of folks familiar with narcissism, narcissistic personality disorder. Right? Heard a lot of things from a lot of different places. Right? At first I went into the situation thinking, man, let me see what I can maybe scare up as far as the topic of narcissism goes. But turns out you type in narcissism on YouTube and you're going to get endless videos and testimonials, things like that. Alright, so just in case you're wondering, if you're like me, and a lot of people out there, the information is out there. It is abundant and it's out there as far as identifying narcissists and, perhaps relieving them from your lives, just letting them do whatever it is they want to over there somewhere. Lots of times, you understand that you're going to hear someone kind of like me talking about, I didn't know what was happening, alright? When, as it turns out, narcissistic personality disorder, attacked. Because it will attack you, right? If you let it, and you don't know what it is that narcissism is, because here's the thing, I'm 29 years old. I bet you didn't know that, but I am, right? And it hasn't been more than a couple years that I've actually understood what the word narcissist means. It's incredible to think about. And I want you to think about something else too. All right, while I was doing this research, check this out. Who's heard of terrorism out there? Has anybody heard of terrorism or the war on terrorism? All right, but think about it. There ain't no kind of war on narcissism. When you think about it, you see that narcissism seems to come back to the root of all of our problems when it comes to the nation. All right, when it comes to the global. All right, I mean, we're talking about different flavors of the same kind of ice cream. All right, when we're talking about narcissists, when we're talking about communists, when you're talking about eugenicists, when you're talking about globalists, when you're talking about, self-appointed victims, I mean, these are all variants, what I'm coming to find out. All these problems I've been talking about, where we're talking about the tribulation and it's the end of days, and we're talking about, oh shoot, look at all these problems. Most of the problems are coming from this variant, alright? Like I said, there's a lot of information out there. People doing it. I mean, you can spend the whole day watching different people talk about it. Alright? But like everything else, here's the thing. If you know where to look, you'll find that some people, they complete the whole puzzle, right? Because you can be very scientific about it. There's a lot of different categories that you can put different kind of narcissists in, and they like to incorporate all sort of different methods, do what they do, right? Basically, here's the thing about it. To break it all down in a nutshell, like I said, it happens all sort of different ways. But narcissists are created, right? The problem is that you need a good mother who cares about you and a father that also cares about you and is good. And they can both teach you some stuff. If that happens, there's no way to be a narcissist. But the thing is, you mess that up, and you continue to mess that up, and as a society, you go ahead and mess that up. And you can only expect, a narcissist personalities start popping up and stuff. They never got the approval of their parents and stuff. They're empty inside, The only time, they really feel like they're good at all is if they're a victim of something, And so if they're a victim of something, that means that you have to be guilty. You and I have to be guilty now at that point. We have to be, because they're being, subjugated or something like that in their brain. Alright? Truth is, yeah, every narcissist out there was a victim at one point. And there is a spectrum of narcissism, so it's not to say every narcissist is the same, but the thing is, yes, every narcissist out there was a victim of abuse, one way or another, right? And they were a victim, for sure. Lots of times, very for sure. I mean, just legitimately, they were a victim, right? You're not supposed to continue to be a victim, because if you do that in your mind, you're going to basically lose your mind. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand the situation. Because here's the thing, there's a gap that's been described by a lot of people. There's a gap. There's a gap, alright, described when it comes to the creation of a narcissist. Alright, because basically every child is designed. They're designed to want the approval of both their mother and their father. Alright, and let's imagine any child to grow up and they don't never get the approval, never ever from one of their parents. It could be as easy as that. Just never ever getting approval from one of them, never feeling love from one of them. And a child's brain, it's hard for them to program that, to accept that. Alright, they're used to ideal conditions, or at least that's what they should be getting. That's what they deserve. But they're not getting those ideal conditions. They're not receiving approval from one of their parents. And so the child's brain begins to lie to themselves. That's the gap. That right there, that's the gap. All right, it begins to lie to themselves because it needs to think at some level that they're getting the approval somehow. They try desperately in ways to act out or do whatever to try and gain the approval of that parent. All right, they need it desperately. They're never going to get it though, and the back of their mind is that they know they're never going to get it. Never. And so now you got your brain, and your brain's lying to itself. It's kind of short-circuiting, all right? See, this is the part where a lot of people don't want to, you know what I'm saying, go there. You know, want to talk about all scientific, but this is the part right there when your brain's lying to itself. It's trying to lie to itself that a demon slips in. There you go. You got a demon in there. He slipped in there. Thing is, because you kind of invited him. So the demon slips in there, and that'd be the narcissistic spirit, the Jezebel spirit. I've heard it described as, all right? Just a spirit. It's like a vacuum of joy. Alright, or a vacuum of spirits in and of itself. Right, and it's now it's a narcissist. Now that person has a narcissist spirit. And the thing is, to be honest with you, I mean, we'll probably do a lot more videos on it, but just to be honest, from what I'm saying, for what I've been seeing, the only cure for that is Jesus Christ, like I've been saying. Right? But that's actually a very complicated answer. You'd have to actually explain why it is that Jesus is the exact opposite of narcissist, because, you know, the thing is, Jesus is the opposite, alright? You don't never even know Jesus as a child, really. You know what I'm saying? A narcissist is a child their whole life, right? And therefore they're not accountable for their actions. Therefore they are always being perpetrated against in their brain, right? And they want to force themselves. See, that's the thing about it. You look inside, and part of your brain in a narcissist, they're seeing reality. And reality is they haven't done much. They really haven't done much. They don't have nothing to really talk about too much, right? But that's because they've been focusing their efforts and their energy on just kind of messing up other folks' lives or getting your way regardless. Alright, and so, you know what I'm saying, we can combat all that. I mean, like a lot of people on this channel and stuff, probably, you probably think about things in a simple way. Right? I mean, it's like you could just make a class of narcissism, because it seems like that if a child is well educated on what narcissism is, they'll grow up to know, this is how I don't get in a narcissist relationship, this is how I keep to myself, this is how I know to protect myself. Because there's narcissist spirits running around, right? I need to watch out for that. Nobody ever taught me in school about that. But that's the thing about it. There's no way that there could ever be a class about narcissism. In schools, in our public schools, the way we run our system, there's no way, because the system, the public school system, the system that we got going right now, it basically feeds off of narcissism. It feeds off the neglected children in general. Right, so when you neglect a child and you cross their wires up and you have them, their brains arguing with themselves, and there's forever a struggle inside themselves, and they project it on everyone around them to make everyone around them seem bad. Right? So now you have the authority to be a socialist or a communist or whatever word you want to call it, but you want to run people's lives because you think everybody else is bad like you. But the thing is, no, that's not the case. Everybody ain't bad like you. Everybody ain't thinking in their brains like, oh, how can I gain more and more power and fear on people? They'll be afraid that I'll relegate them with some sort of accusations, like I'm ruining their life, when really, in fact, you're talking all sort of mess behind everybody's backs, creating a spider web, and it's caused by demons. Alright? And, I'm sorry, but there really is only one person who can ask right now, alright? Save us from them demons. We know about the demons now. We've done research. We're going to continue to do more research. We're going to find out about the demons. We're going to send the demons back where they belong to, alright? Narcissism, alright? It's ugly. It's an ugly result. Neglect. Ignorance. Of the love of ignorance. It's an epidemic. There's an epidemic of all sort of things up in here. It's a tribulation. It's August the 26th, 2016.